What if I told you that everything you've been taught about work, about success, has all been a big fat lie? Have you ever imagined living life on your own terms, working less, and maybe even earning more? Let me show you how the book, The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, can not only completely flip your mindset, but even your life. Lesson number 1, fear is your compass. You clicked on this video hoping for some magic fucking answer, but believe it or not, we all subconsciously know what we kind of have to do to achieve results in some sort of specific area. What's an example of this? Okay, well, maybe you're not in shape and you know you have to go to the gym to get in shape. You know you have to eat healthy to lose body fat and build muscle, a high protein diet. You know you have to read the books, which I've told you to read a million fucking times on this YouTube channel to become more knowledgeable and interesting, charismatic, more present, etc. We all know what we subconsciously have to do, but there's one thing which stops you from achieving whatever you want to achieve. There was one thing which stopped Adrian from starting to post YouTube videos, from starting to post TikToks, doing live streams, etc. What do you think was it? It was fear. Fear is the one thing which I can honestly and authentically say that right now is the one thing that's holding you back. You can blame your situation as much as you want. You can blame that you were born in a low educational suburb and you had to go to a worse high school compared to this guy. You can blame your genetics. You can blame your looks, your speaking ability. You can make tons of excuses because that's what I used to do. But the sooner I almost made fear my compass and I leaned into my fears, that's when I experienced progress. That's when what once scared me became the new norm. Posting YouTube videos was recording myself speak and posting YouTube videos was once my biggest fear ever. It took me 8 months to post my first video. But the sooner I leaned into that, the sooner I started to enjoy it. The sooner I started making progress. The sooner I started improving, simply because I took action on the most meaningful task. Same thing with gym. The sooner I forced myself to go through that absolute awkward pain you usually get in your first gym session, some new environment, a bunch of jacked people, everyone looking at you, the whole spotlight is on you, your first gym. I pushed through that. It was fear, and I fought through it, and I kept going to the gym, and 5 to 6 years later I became reasonably jacked. I'm only 22. I don't have any plans of being a bodybuilder, but I'm a recreational lifter. Now, there was a quote in this book, The 4-Hour Workweek, and it states that a person's success in life can usually be measured by the number of uncomfortable conversations he or she is willing to have. Have you ever noticed the more you push yourself through this, whether it be an uncomfortable conversation or an uncomfortable task, the better you start to feel? It's like you have no regret from pushing yourself through something which is uncomfortable and hard. Have I ever had any regret from leaving the gym after training legs, which was fucking painful as shit? Do you think I left the gym with a frown, upset that now my legs are going to be sore, which results in more muscle growth and bigger quads, bigger hammies, bigger... I'm fucking mad at it. It's so good. I'm thrilled. I'm happy. Why would I be upset? The same thing with uncomfortable conversations that you know deep down you have to have right now. You know you got to speak to your parents about how you don't want to work this shitty fucking job. You know you have to speak to your parents that you want to go all in your purpose because this will unlock the freedom you actually want. There's a chapter in The Way of the Superior Man, and it states that you want to live as if your father was dead. Because right now, a lot of teenage guys, they're not living their own authentic life because they're just following whatever their parents/father tells them to do. I'm going to get a bit vulnerable here, but in my situation, I'm kind of lucky. My parents getting divorced and me not seeing my father as much as like a normal guy. So I'm going to be brutally honest with you. The past like 8 years, I've almost been living as if my father was dead just because I don't see him as often. But this should still be your mindset. Don't let someone else's opinion fear you. Because if you can push past that uncomfortable conversation, your future is literally limitless. Lesson number 2, master the art of eye gazing. So you kind of understand that you want to lean into fear and almost treat fear as your compass. But what if I told you there was a hidden secret way to make this even easier by boosting your confidence, which you can literally take action on as soon as you can literally pause this video as soon as I say this and take action on it. If you're in a social area, or if there's a social area next to you, close to you. Eye gazing. Remember when you were little and how you couldn't even hold eye contact with maybe your dad, maybe your friends, maybe your mum? Some like authority figure which kind of intimidated you. You couldn't really hold eye contact. You'd kind of have your head down. If your parents were to tell you off, you'd shy away. Completely normal and understandable, especially at a young age. But as you get older, this almost starts to become a habit and part of who you are. I know for me in high school, bro, I could not look anyone in the eye. I'd always avoid eye contact because it intimidated me, just like how my parents did. My brain aligned eye contact with something bad. But I'm here to tell you today that that's the complete opposite. And you want to start eye gazing and beating people in eye contact, staring at them longer. As weird as this sounds, this is going to help you be able to lean into fear, more often, because you'll almost be shocked with how much of a little confidence boost you get when you can stare at someone and dare to look away first. You probably don't believe me. Your brain's probably coping because you're a little bitch. Just be patient. When I first read this book in 2023, and it stated that you want to outstare people, whether you're walking past people, whether you're speaking to a person in a conversation, you want to be the guy who makes them look away first. I read it, and the book literally told me, take action on this, like now. Don't go to the next page of the book. Take action on it before you can read the next page. So what did I do? I grabbed my shoes and I went to the shopping center and I found my first target. As like weird as this sounds, I was like so low confidence at this point in time. But I did this. Walking through the shopping center, first person. I try looking in the eyes, as like weird as it is. Doesn't look at me. So that was already a little win. He was too intimidated to look at me. Whatever, doesn't count, not a rep in the gym. Next person. I see him. Pretty like jacked older guy. I see him. He beats me. Started feeling like goosebumps. Started feeling fear. But then I started to remember how fear is my compass, and if I feel like anxious or like this, it's probably telling me I'm on the right path. Try one last time. I eye gaze and I get the win. Something inside of me almost lights up like a fire. Start to feel good. start to get a little confidence boost. It's almost like it just boosted my dominance trait by like 5%. After this very specific moment of time is when I told myself I'm going to do whatever it takes to become the best version of myself. That's when I started self-improvement. Not from cold showers, not from nofap, but from beating someone in an eye gaze, as weird as it fucking sounds. That was something which was scary, and it enabled me to set myself bigger goals, face even bigger fears, and lean into them. Your actionable step for this lesson is to beat 3 people in an eye gaze today. Your brain's probably coping and saying, that's fucking weird. You can't just stare at someone. They'll get angry at you. They'll hit you. They'll call the cop. Even if you can hold eye contact with the most jacked, intimidating guy, do you really think he's going to hurt you? You're 50 kilos soaking wet. You look like a little low testosterone soy boy. If anything, he's going to respect you 100 times more than hurt you. You look this big, masculine, scary ogre guy in the eye and beat him, it's going to give you a nod. So don't cope. Stop making excuses. You will earn respect, your confidence will boost, and your dominance trait will boost. And this will enable you to lean into fear more often. Lesson number 3, the 80-20 rule. You do know 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. It's not 80% of your actions result in 20% of your results. To masturbate your ego a little bit here, you can actually do less and achieve more if you're doing the most essential tasks and not letting bad habits or tasks consume you. To make you feel even better, what if I was to tell you that right now, the actions you have to take to become better is literally nothing? You can become almost 10x better than your competition, your friends from high school, if you can just not take action in the bad habits like fapping, drinking alcohol. Just don't do the action. You don't have to do it. You don't have to sit in the chair and speak. You just don't have to do the bad stuff. Believe it or not, you not doing that action is an action. And that will achieve in results. This should motivate you. This should bring a smile on your face for you to realize that right now, cut out all this bad shit you keep doing, and then you're probably going to be a whole lot more likely to start doing actions which you need to physically do, like speaking. I always wanted to speak behind a camera, but there was one thing which was stopping me. Anxiety, fear. But my whole body and systems weren't optimized. Almost look at it as like I started treating myself as a machine and I wanted to be optimized. So if I wasn't to do the bad habits like fap, like drink alcohol, like stay up all night playing video games and ruin my sleep, cut out all of that, start eye gazing, start taking action on meaningful tasks, probably going to eventually be a whole lot more likely to take action on even bigger tasks, bigger goals, bigger things which just scare the fuck out of people, like what I'm doing right now. The reason why you're watching this is because you find it valuable. You don't see many people here from Melbourne sitting in their room on a fucking Friday night recording themselves speak. This is considered weird. But this, for me, feels like it's blissful, purposeful, fulfilling. Every single time I finish recording a video, I feel absolutely insane, knowing that I just committed the most meaningful task which will give me and put me a step closer to the freedom in which I ultimately want to achieve. Okay? The 80-20 rule. 20% of your actions will in turn result in 80% results. Your actionable step for this lesson, I want you to cut out that one bad habit, which you know deep down you're addicted to, but you just make excuses. I want you to cut this out. I want you to do a detox and then ask yourself, what's the next thing? What's the next bad habit I can eradicate, eliminate, destroy? Because then, the future version of me, probably going to be a whole lot more likely and inclined to tackle and engage in those scarier tasks. Take action now. Lesson number 4, automate and delegate. Reading this part of the book 3 years ago didn't really relate with me at all, just because I was on such a low level of self-improvement. But what if I was to tell you, you can start outsourcing your tasks, which will give you more time to work on other important areas when you've reached like a higher level of self-improvement. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't really reached this level yet, but I feel like I'm close. And I know once I can start to outsource tasks which I have to do, but I can get someone else to do for me, that is like one of the biggest and like most best productivity hacks ever. And that will speed up my progress and growth to actually achieve the 4-hour work week. It's like, I'm going to be honest with you, I spend like 8 to 10 hours a day recording and editing videos. But what if I was to get an editor? What if I didn't have to edit my short form content? What if I didn't have to look at my fucking social media accounts because of how much they distracted me and how much I watch my own videos with like stimulating sounds? I know how stimulating they are. They literally hook me. But what if I was to outsource that? What if I was to achieve an income level and be able to pay someone else to edit my videos? Then I'd have more time to actually record myself, because that is the most productive task, the most meaningful task. Think about how much more progress I'd make. And when I did read this chapter of the book recently as well, I did reread the book, I did start getting limiting beliefs and coping thoughts like, oh, I don't want someone to edit my stuff. I feel confident when I edit my stuff. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I want to know what I've done and release that. So I guess it kind of comes down to trust. But if I can have a good relationship with someone and I fully trust him and just help him out while he helps me out, it's almost like a trade. It's like the best productivity hack ever. It's like you don't see Andrew Tate posting his own short form. He's got an army. And if you want to be able to compete with the big dogs, you're going to have to build an army yourself. And that's what I want to do. I want to build a community of lads who are just willing to improve, willing to thrive and strive together. Brotherhood, masculinity, achieve goals instead of even bigger ones. Don't even look back. Just keep climbing Mount Everest. Because that's what we know makes us most happiest. And with this free time, aside from work, about how much your work improves, think about how much more time you can spend with your family, your wife. Focus on your fitness, your hobbies. All those areas will get better. Now, seriously think now, in today's day and age, how divorce rates have reached an all-time high, how people are stuck in unfulfilling work like their 9 to 5, have none of this outsourced because they're relying on a boss. They're not even their own boss. They can't outsource anything. They're listening to someone. They're helping someone else out, but not themselves. This is why their mental health has been deteriorated. This is why they have no time to work on their physical health. This is why their wife, year by year, becomes less attracted to him, because he just turns into a big, fat, slot beta male. Because he's not working on himself. He can't outsource. He's not facing his fears. He's just getting all the accountability from a bigger dog, aka his boss, the fat guy who drives his BMW. Do you really want that to be you? Think about how much your relationship will suffer. Alright, camera just died, but we're back. Do you really want that to be you? Stuck inside all day, can't even get your vitamin D and a sick tan, constantly listening to someone else just because you didn't have the discipline to discipline your own well-being and set yourself your own big goals. Your family's going to suffer. Your future kids are going to suffer. Your wife's going to miss you, and you're not going to be able to fulfill her needs, in which she's kind of going to be going somewhere else to get those fulfilled. So what are you waiting for? Start taking action on what you know is the most important task, what you're most scared of. Tackle and throttle the most important task. Lesson number 5, define what freedom means to you. Why wait? I already know what's going through your mind. Your motivation levels are higher than they've ever been. You think that tomorrow you're going to take action on your goals and you're going to achieve them this year. 2025 is going to be your year. But that is the complete opposite of what is actually going to happen. You're going to finish watching this video. You're buzzing. You're excited. But then another stupid self-improvement video pops up. And you decide, oh, I just learned a lot in this video. Let's click on this next one. And yeah, you learn a lot in these videos. But you also forget very fast. Especially if you haven't been taking down notes of these lessons. You go into this next video and you completely forget everything I just said in this video. You're stuck in this self-improvement cycle of consuming, but never creating for yourself. Right now, your most meaningful task might actually be watching this content because you lack the education. But don't get hooked like I did. Don't get addicted and just keep saying, oh, I'll take action later. I'll follow and chase my dreams later. Let me just finish this 8-hour shift today. And then also tomorrow. Oh, it seems like I've got to work one more shift because I really value money in the present moment and not my goals, not my future wife or kids. So I'm just going to keep pushing shit back and never chase my dreams because I'm nice and comfy when it's done like this. I love having no accountability. I love not facing my fears. I love being a little fucking bitch. You need to start working towards your dream life now. And that is exactly what it says to do in this book if you decide on reading it. Stop saying, I'll be happy when I retire and I can relax then. You're not even going to be able to enjoy it, bro. And what makes you think you're going to reach that point anyway? Shit happens, man. We're young. We're young guys. We have high testosterone. You should be ruthlessly taking action towards your dream life now. Why the fuck are you waiting? You're waiting for someone to just give you a slap on the face and tell you, if you don't do this today, you're done? It's pretty much what I'm doing to you now. Why did you fap yesterday? Why didn't you record that video? Why didn't you read that book? Is it all because you thought someone would do it for you? Brother, it's you versus you. I'm speaking to younger Adrian. I'm giving him advice. And right now, you're on younger Adrian's level. The fact that you're at this point of the video already shows you're maybe a little bit disciplined. Congratulations to you. But you got to ride this wave of discipline and start putting it in more meaningful things which align with you achieving your dream life now. Set yourself deadlines. Set yourself goals. Big fucking goals. And ruthlessly achieve them. Time's ticking, bro. And I know it might sound like I'm being really urgent with you. And that I'm putting pressure on you. That I'm making you stress. That I'm scaring you. That doesn't matter. They're all good emotions. Even if they sound bad and intimidating. These emotions you're currently feeling now are going to help you more than your fucking teacher who's to tell you, have balance, you can relax, here's a cupcake. Who's going to help you more? The mean, rugged, masculine guy who's giving you brutal, harsh advice? Or the fat, overweight teacher who's been sleep deprived for 30 years, who's been following a script, aka the curriculum, which they think is the most valuable education? It's not shit. I've learned more in the last 2 years on self-improvement from the 30 books which I've invested in than I have in all of my education years, my 12 years in high school and primary school in Australia. Embrace these emotions you're feeling. You're feeling scared that you know you have to record a video. Bro, that's good. Like lesson number 1, fear is your compass. Whatever you're scared of right now, that is your path. Lean into it. Do it. And stop coping, bro. Because you're going to have no regrets. The time's going to pass by anyway. Already halfway through the decade, as I've said in like the last 10 videos. If you want to achieve a 4-hour work week and be able to be flexible with your time, work when you want to work, not clocking in and clocking out, someone else telling you what. These 5 lessons are going to help you with that. As like little as eye gazing is, you probably think, how the hell is beating someone in a staring contest going to help me to financial freedom? It will. Because you beat multiple people in eye contact, strangers, friends, family. Your confidence and dominance is higher. You're going to use that confidence/dominance on your goals, on scarier tasks, which align with achieving financial freedom, location freedom, spiritual freedom, physical freedom. All these freedoms right now, we all want. As masculine guys, we're chasing freedoms. We're peeling off layer of our purpose. And once we do so, once we reach our core purpose, then you'll know when you're satisfied from this life. But I can highly guarantee you've reached that. I'm yet to reach that. I think my core purpose is having kids. I'm fucking 22. So let's keep chipping away and becoming our best selves. Because you only got one shot at this. So make it worthwhile. I hope this video motivated or educated you. I'm currently doing one-on-one coaching mentorship. It'll be the first link in the description. Also, make sure to click that subscribe button and also that little bell icon so you're kind of like reminded of when I post these videos and you can watch them and educate yourself as soon as humanly possible.